Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Creative Hands. Sorry I've been MIA, but I've been sick. You can probably hear it in my voice. And I had a problem with my TMJ and my jaw. Couldn't hardly talk. Hard to open my mouth. Sinus infection, ear and throat infection. This happened the day after I went to my doctor's office for my 4-month checkup. Each time I go, every 4 months I go. And the next morning I woke up sick. So I guess it was something I picked up. I decided today that I was going to do a video for y'all and show you some of my new pieces I found for my hedgehog collection. Actually, my husband found them, and he was just thrilled. And I'm going to do some DIYs that I probably bought the stuff for them anywhere from 2 to 3 years ago with good intentions of DIYing them, but just never got around to it. First, I'm going to show you the hedgehogs so I can move them out of the way and have more room. Now this was the last one left, and even though I thought she was just super cute, I did not want to pay $30 for her, so I didn't buy her. Well, my husband's birthday was the 15th of this month, and he loves to go to Cracker Barrel. So I saw him over there looking where they usually keep all the little hedgehogs, and he was like, babe, you got to come over here. And I said, I'm not buying that. I'm not paying $30 for that. And he said, no, they're 60% off. And they also had this little keychain, but I don't think I'm going to use him as a keychain. You'll probably see him show up in a tray or something along the way. And they wanted $7.99 just for him. So by the time they took the 60% off, we got both of these items for $16.27. So I think that I hit the jackpot on that one, and I just love her because, I don't know, it's a spring setting, but well, I guess people have snow in the spring sometimes. And it's a little snow globe, and she also, I'm trying to hold this camera and do this with one hand, y'all. That's my problem here. She also lights up. And I just thought she's the cutest little thing. And I love this. And so they're both going to get added to my collection. Now, I had made the candle that you're probably looking at right now to sort of resemble the Atlantic Ocean. This has been made for quite some time, and I also wanted to do one that would resemble or show you what is in our river, because we have a beautiful river that runs down our coast, and then when you drive over it, you're at the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. So I wanted to put what we see in our river in this one and keep the sea glass and the sand and the candle you see in there and the little shells on the front. Those are things that we see in the Atlantic Ocean. In the river, it's a different story. I'm going to have to adjust this thing because it's just not wanting to work right. So y'all can see. So let me, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me see what I can do about this. So I can get it. Here we go. Okay. In our river, we don't have seashells. You might find a clam shell or something like that, but you're not going to find the seashells that you find over on the beach. So what I wanted to do, I saw this larger one the other day at the Dollar Tree. So I wanted to pick it up. And these, we find stones in our river instead of seashells. So I wanted to put those in there to mimic the stones. And I had, this is sort of, could be a trash to treasure, I guess. The holder that I'm going to put this in, oh, did that go off? No, it's recording. The holder I'm going to put this in, right here, used to hold coasters. And coasters got a little dingy, except for the very last one on the bottom because nobody ever used it. So I wasn't about to throw it out. I decided I was going to use it to hold this candle. I hope my glue gun is hot enough at this point. So what we're going to do is, I didn't even glue this to the bottom. I'm going to sit this inside of it. And at the back, I'm going to glue down, I took a piece of nautical rope and wrapped it around it twice. So first I'm going to glue the bottom one down. This will help keep the candle steady. And boy, I should have gotten my silicone out, because that is some hot glue. And that will be at the back, and you won't see that. We're going to turn it around to the front. And I wanted to add a water element, so I colored some water blue, because our water is blue around here. But I might have to add a little bit of a darker blue, because that's not really showing up blue, is it? Let's try this one. Yeah, that's a little bit bluer. And then what I wanted to do was place a floating candle in the top of this. If it's, this is from the Dollar Tree now, y'all, so I don't, yeah, it's gonna float. And the rope is just to keep this in place so it doesn't tip over. So you can light these, but just don't light them around anything. And I thought that it would be cute to take in, sort of like I did with the shells over there on it. I thought maybe I could wrap it around a few times. At the top. And tie it in a knot. But instead of seashells, I want to put some little river rocks at the end of these. So, I'm going to try to add maybe one right up here. And I'll probably come back in and do E6000 on them also. And then at the end, I'm going to tie a knot. Sorry y'all, I am just out of practice. I have not done a video in so long, and I apologize. I haven't felt well enough to check out what you guys have been doing on your channels. And I'm so sorry about that. And I think I'm going to put this one on the end of this. Make sure I'm still recording there. I have one of those cameras that shuts off like every 5 minutes. I'm going to trim that off. Then we'll tie another knot on this side. And we're going to glue another river rock on this side. I sure hope y'all can see what I'm doing. I think you can. And I'm going to, that one might be a little heavy, might need a little more hot glue right there. Have to hold it a minute and let it dry. I'm going to trim that off. Trim it a little more. Then I'll have one a little higher than the other. But this one is to represent the river, and that represents the ocean. I just wanted to do something to get these caught up and finished, and I wanted to do something that would make me feel a little better. And y'all know I love my coastal. I also do rustic and things like that, but I got to blend my coastal in there with it. And the next one that I have is this clear cup. You can buy them at the Dollar Tree. And there is the one coaster that didn't get really messed up. This one right here. So I'm not going to do anything with it. I didn't throw the other ones out either because I can paint those. But this, let's see, shove it back a little. I'm going to sorry about that. I don't know if I lost footage or not. There's the one that represents the river. There's the one that represents the ocean. Now, this one, I have lost a piece to it that if I find it, I'll show it to you. This is the only coaster that's not really dingy looking. But I didn't throw the other ones out either, because you just never know. They sell these for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And what you do, I'm going to use that coaster to put the coffee cup on. And what you do is, you take coffee beans. You can buy cheap ones. They don't have to be real expensive. Do not grind them up. Leave them in the shape of the bean. These are pretty easy DIYs. You're going to even it out. Now they sell these at the Dollar Tree too, and they sell them in like packages. Do not put a candle that doesn't have glass around it in this. And do not sink this any further in the beans to where the beans come into the candle, because you can catch them on fire. Then you just take it and you put it in the center, push it down, pat these down. When you light the candle, the beans start to get warm and it smells like coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I can't stand the taste of it. So when I want to smell coffee, I like this. Now I have a little coffee cup that goes on the front of this, but like I said, I cannot find it. I've had it for years, and I took it out to do this specifically and cannot remember where I laid it down. So there is another idea for a candle. Now the next thing that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to make y'all sit here and watch me E6000 probably over 1,000 river rocks to this mat. But this comes in real handy in Florida. This is a sand rock mat, and I want to put it over by the front door because if you live in Florida, when you come through the front door, you're going to have sand on those flip-flops or on your shoes somewhere. So what happens is you put your shoes on here and the sand falls down in between the rocks, and then you just take your little attachment off your Dyson or whatever kind of vacuum cleaner that you've got, and you just suck it all out. And that comes in real handy when you got 7 grandsons. So I hope y'all enjoyed these DIYs today. I have lots more that should have been DIY'd a long time ago. That was just my glue gun, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm out of practice. But anyway, I'm gonna glue these down, and I will show you, that they did get finished. And I'm going to show you how to make something that I have found on a channel, only I did mine a little different. She used a lot of E6000. But the next video that I do is going to be and this was totally not my idea. These are napkin holders from the Dollar Tree. And when you put them together with zip ties, you can actually see your paints. I got so tired of digging around in a paint box because I have so many. And they'll hold up to I can fit 7 in each side of this, and this in the middle will also hold 2. Now what I want to also do is I made one with just 2 on them, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach paint pens to it. I'm going to put a little hole in here and zip tie this cup to it, and then I'm going to put another cup on the other end to where when you're working with several different brushes, you can put your brushes in the other cup. But always remember to rinse your brushes out and then put them away somewhere where dust isn't going to fall on them and they're not going to get nasty. But if you can see, I have all my oranges, yellows, greens, then I've got blues, dark blues on the left, light blues on the right. And even though they've got that much paint in them, they're really not that heavy. And they're going to take up a whole lot less space when I stack one in front of the other on my shelves in the craft room. And so I'm going to be showing you guys how to put these together. Now she used E6000 up here in this area, and I saw it draining down through this big hole because there is kind of like you see the gap there, and it was draining down through there, and I thought, I don't want that. So what I did was I just moved up to a larger zip tie in the middle of these, and that they're really sturdy. Holds them together really good, and I will probably get this out hopefully sometime this weekend. I mean, I will tell you her name when I go to DIY them, because like I said, credit should be given when credit is due, and this was totally someone else's idea, And the second I saw it, I went to the dollar store up here twice, and I didn't get enough the first time, and then they were all gone when I went back the second time. Then I went to one in the town, in the south of town, so I went 3 times, and there I found all the ones that I would need. But if you only need like one of these, it will cost you some zip ties and $4, because these are $1 a piece, and you just hook them together. And I will come back and show you that on my next video. So tune in. I really appreciate y'all putting up with me not being able to get any videos up, and I haven't really been watching you guys' videos and commenting on them because I have been pretty sick. So I thank you guys for, you know, sticking in there and watching my DIYs. For anyone that's new, welcome. If you'd like to see more DIYs, you can subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate a thumbs up. That'd be really nice. But I think they turned out really pretty overall. And I'm going to try to get some more up this weekend. And like I said, I'll show you my rock rug, my sand rock rug, when I'm finished with it. Until then, I really appreciate all y'all. I thank you very much for stopping by. And I just want to say hugs to everybody from the southeast coast of Florida. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the week. And I will see you on the next one. Oh, I almost forgot to give you the tip of the day. If you're like me and you do baking, I don't do as much as I used to, but I do bake. I make homemade biscuits and peach cobbler and stuff like that for my husband. He loves it. I was going to show you a way to keep your drawers free of a bunch of these things just by using command strips. You hook them to here and then put your, because sometimes, you know, there'll be 2 people cooking, you know, my daughter-in-law and I, or my daughter and I, and everybody needs their own set of measuring spoons. That's a set of extra set of measuring cups, and then that gives you more room in your drawers for the things that you need. That's a peanut butter spreader knife right there. Those are biscuit cutters, cookie cutters. Over here I have my mixing bowls, and I have all my measuring cups from really, really tiny back there to the big ones. Now this one I know that I have some Advil in, y'all. And it's not supposed to be up here, but I have always thrown it up there so I'll know where it's at. So just excuse the Advil. But over here I have my canning funnels. This is my bash and chop right up here. It's hanging up on a command hook also. And here is my basting brush. I use it to put butter on biscuits right before I take them out. And then you have room for all your little, what they call mise en place containers. And that means, mise en place means to prepare or to get ready. So you can put, oh, well there's those Rolaids I was looking for, y'all. Look at there. I'm so sorry. And you can put however many teaspoons, tablespoons, or what of everything that you're going to be using so that it is ready to go in your food while you're cooking, and not you having to run over and grab it out of a spice cabinet or take the lids off anything. You can just go ahead and add it and cook. So that is our tip for today. You can hang lots of things on the backs of cabinets and nobody even knows they're there. This is a chalkboard door that I need to refinish. And this is just a saying that I have. stuck on my cabinet. I believe I saw Kimberly Davis do a tray, or a two-tier tray, with this saying on it one time, and I thought it was just the funniest thing. So I put it up there, and that's where it has stayed ever since then. So once again, I will say, y'all have a great day, and hugs from the southeast coast of Florida. Thanks for watching. I love all of you. See you on the next one.